Hello and welcome back to Anno 1800 Mega City Edition. Now, my promise of making this as much focus, having as much focus on city building as possible, is kind of like broken here because we are so hard under attack. Bence's fleet has started to move. It's a pretty big one. My fleet still is on the way back home to the city. I promise you, we are going to have a bit more city building then once we have repelled this attack here. What do I need to do? I need to actually do something here. I'm going to move one of these here, or this depot there. I think we have enough space then, because I'm pretty sure they are going to target my docklands. The docklands are a pretty powerful building and also a really expensive one. So I do need to make some room here. Let's get rid of these fishermen, as I don't think we do need that many. And let's just move my defenses rather to that side. And then I'm going to move my docklands, pretty much the most important thing there, now into the safety of my harbor, right, where we're going to keep it for now. Let's actually get my ships then back there, and let's build some more defense with the remaining cannons that we have. We do get a new influence bonus, the Supreme Commander. Oh, look at that. Very nice. That gives me what? An attack speed bonus of 17% on my buildings. How very nice. Yep, we have a few more cannons ready here. How are they looking now? Yes, look at that. They were going to attack my beach here, but now they're moving to the main harbor area. My other fleet, that is still a bit damaged from the latest battle, is now on its way there up to Crown Falls as well. Just passing by Larson. Still going to take them a while. And in the western frontier, meanwhile, I do need to continue now with, well, my next settlement. Very important to do so. It is 23 minutes before we lose the white flag here, and in the meantime I can already work ahead here a bit. This is going to be a really good island for us. We're going to focus here on the pigs and the fur abundance, right? So pigs, fur, especially the pigs. Why? Because, and the cattle, because they reduce attractiveness. Alright, but I can't do anything here anymore. They are coming in. My first shots have been fired. I hope that after that it's over, because we really have destroyed a lot of ships then. At the same time, my fleet is now coming in. That's a beautiful sight. Right, and I'm pretty sure they're getting destroyed here now. Not my ships though. Alright, and they're being under attack now by a lot. Oh my goodness, a lot of ships. We're probably going to lose this heavy warship there. And once again, there is a battle in Crown Falls. And once again, Crown Falls is under siege. But I'm confident that the stronger we get, the less often we have that, right? Because they just don't dare to attack that many times anymore. We did not lose this ship up here. Very good. Let's get into the safety of my repair crane. They're targeting full hard the docklands there, right? That is really their main goal. It's baffling to me why they do this. It's a very expensive building, no doubt, but it's not as important as the large trade post. That would really hurt us. Another one down, and then it's basically this one. And another big fleet of Bente has been destroyed. Very good. This is over. Let's get my ships to repairing over here. A couple more of them, and with the other ones. My Clipper survived. That is a wonder. It was right here in the middle of all of it, and it survived all these ships. No one was targeting the Clipper. We might find something nice down here in the ocean. Something for the botanical garden that we could use. And over here there's some other items as well that I would really like to have a look at. There we have something, some sails. That's not really useful. Oh, look at that. The Summit of Atlantis, a legendary museum item that I've never seen before. This is looking really cool here right now. And some pig heads. But that is absolutely worth it. No idea why it wasn't a warship. But it was totally worth it. Perfect. Now we can focus on building up the economy. First of all, in the western frontier, another city is going to emerge. This one is a bit bigger, I guess, because it has the space for it. And why not have a nice city then where we have some space? And we could just make it some basic layouts here once again. Very good. And then we have the city already. I just need to have some fishery there once again for all of those people. And as always, pretty far away over here. Oh, this is a nice location. On this cliff, we might then have some timber production for those poor souls. I mean, poor souls, not really, right? They have a beautiful location and the best view, by the way. right on the enemy. So right over there we have deep enemy territory, heavily fortified. This island here already is enemy territory with Princess Jing. So the western frontier actually makes sense. It is not quite in the west, but it's a frontier and it's going to be a very heavily defended one, or I think so. Now let's go ahead and have the timber production that we still need. That is 1 lumberjack hut. We're going to have the fur, by the way, here. So I do need to be really careful with how much space I want to consume out of these, just with these lumberjack huts here. Let's go ahead and have those guys here. And this one here is probably like that. Perfect. We have it. Let's build all of them in their glory. Then the fishermen. And then, of course, the marketplace, the pub, and yeah, a couple of dozen of buildings here. Very nice. This one is coming. With still 50 timber left. And with the remaining ones, we can now go into the defense. Right, so the cannon towers. And we're probably going to have them a bit closer to that fisherman, and probably around 5 of them here, and we should be able to build all of them. Perfect. 35 influence left, and oh well, it cost me, and look at that, we're down to 73 influence only now. We have over 1 million in cash. That is beautiful, but we have only 70 influence left. This is problematic, definitely, because now this one here is not possible anymore. For now, the calm prefecture. I don't think we could have a proper defense here with the amount of influence that we have right now, because the island itself would also cost me another 17 influence or so. Princess Jing is moving to other islands, so the one that we have been eyeing before. Yeah, the problem with the western frontier, the same is with Larsen. None of them has any clay deposits, right? So we are really a bit limited there with the bricks that we have.
Fleet awaiting orders.
We're not limited though by ship building, and I'm going ahead and we continue, of course, with heavy warship building.
Time the rigging.
Oh, what is happening here? The pub is on fire. Why would people put the pub on fire? Set the pub on fire? That doesn't make sense. It's the single most important building that you can have in a farmer village. Let's have a fire station here too, because I don't trust these people here. Now it is finally time to move to something new, and that is our canned food production. We can finally go for this. We do need a red pepper. And before anything, we do need to check how much canned food we actually need. Now, the need right now is -1, or, well, is 1 per minute. That is not a lot for so many artisans that we already have. So we do have around 4,500 artisans. We're probably going to quadruple that in the next minutes or hours, right? So lots of artisans are coming in. That means probably up to -4. That is realistic. And for that, we do need 8 pepper farms, because 8 pepper farms are supporting 8 artisanal kitchens, and that is supporting then 4 canneries. Now, bear in mind something very important here, or 6 actually. Yeah, we do need 6 canneries. And bear in mind that the artisanal kitchen here is only a matter of a temporary time there in my game, because there is a really good item that makes it obsolete and we can use something else instead of that. So the peppers and the cattle, we don't need that forever. I would, by the way, yep, have my cattle farms here as well in Larsen. We will keep the hops on Crown Falls, and we probably will import it. The same with the grain. And those here, they're going away anyway again. We can have quite a lot of them. So I do need 8 of them now. We already have those 8 here now. Perfect. That's going to last for quite some time. And we also need 8 cattle farms. Very good. And there we have also 8 cattle farms. That's going to last for quite some time. I can still double that if I want to, right? We can still go with way more if we want. We have the space here, and that's that, by the way. I don't want to build the cattle farms in Western Frontier, because we do have the fur abundance here, and that really needs a lot of space. Plus the pig farms we could have down here then later on. It just makes more sense to me. Or if we get rid of these here then with the item, we could have the pig farms then in Larsen as well. Now let's go ahead. We do have the timber. Let's get cracking on 8 red pepper farms. And now it's a good thing that we have these farmers here, because we do need all of them. And then another 8 here. Boom. Another 48 tons of timber, and just enough, really, farmers that we can use them. Now there we can see them in all their glory. Some more cattle, lots of them. Not producing milk for us, but just raw meat. Same goes here with the pepper on this fine day, as the occasional warships will pass by here. There's already some in the distance. But nothing else is happening there on this glorious day. Perfect. there we have it. And it is actually time now for my first trade route. We have really taken our time with that. We have a clipper, muscle cracker, and muscle cracker is going to be ready now for this. Muscle cracker on a new trade route, on the first one actually, Larsen to Crown Falls. And this is going to be all the meat or the beef that we can have there, and all the red pepper. And since it's a very short trade route, right, it's only this small distance there, I'm confident that one clipper will be fine for quite some time. Right, my warships I'm going to send down here to Larsen to protect at least, or to actually have some presence here, right, so that we can move quickly to any new threats that emerge then. I'm also going to put these guys here to passive defense, and we go ahead with constructing the next warships then. Each warship here, by the way, does cost me around 10 influence points, so we could still go with 6 more warships, or we can use that for some more harbor defenses. Now my soaps has been exported there as well. We are almost halfway through to leveling up to level 1, or to tier, well, 4 you might say. And that also brings in the grain that we now use for all the bread. My goods are looking okayish. The beer is really down, or the beer is on its way to be really down. So I'm going ahead here now. We probably will need some more hops for that. Yes, actually down there a bit. So let's go ahead and use this warehouse here too for a couple of more hops. Since we do have lots of grain, let's go ahead and have 2 more malt houses. Let's upgrade these warehouses there. And then I'm going ahead with another 2 breweries, another 4 breweries here, plus the warehouse. That should do the trick though, right? So that's a lot of stuff. And for the bread, since we're going to need that, let's also build 2 more flour mills and 4 more bakeries here. And this really completes the industrial zone almost. Yep, actually it does. Let's build the other warehouse up there. And that's almost it. The soap is still having a bit of capacity left over. And that should really be it for my town. Do we have any ruins here? No ruins. So I think it's time for some upgrading there once more. For the farmers. So those guys here. We have some more upgrading that we can do here. Right. There is, yep, this whole block there, 120 tons of timber. That's just totally fine. There we have a few more. And yeah, well, actually here. And I'm really surprised at how quickly we advance here with the upgrading process, right? As far as I can see, so many workers already, 7,000. That's lots of additional artisans that might be coming in them. The newspaper, something like this one here. And let's actually keep +5. I think we should be fine with that. We are having a perfectly happy population there right now in all matters. Alright, so we do still need one more industrial district in our Crown Falls, as we do have now quite a few. We do have one over here that is going to stay, and that is going to get eventually a bit dirty there, I think. Then we have this one up there. We have this one that's going to be an industrial district once we can move the piggeries. And then we have this one here that's also going to stay forever, just with different buildings then over time. But that's just a very important area. Now the last one is here. Oh, actually, another smaller attack, but it's really just a small attack of a suicide squad. Right, so those ships, they just want to have some fun. Nothing out of the ordinary though. And yep, down here, this is just a very good location for it. It's very far away from the center, right? Can still use these islands here for city building. And here we basically have then our next production chain lying up. Now for that, I do need my canned food here. We do need 8 artisanal kitchens if I want to have a surplus of +4. That will lead to eventually +16 artisanal kitchens that we do need here eventually. Well, 16, it's not going to be that much because we can get rid of them again. Right, so let's have those guys here. That's, yeah, 16 now. Right, then we're going to have some marketplaces here. Let's make it 2 with the occasional fire station in the center here. Right, and then we do need some 6 canneries for the full usage, but 12 canneries long-term wise. 12 canneries will be really fine, and those are going to stay in my town. They are not going to reduce attractiveness, they just need a lot of space really, and we can have them in this nice little location there. And the cool thing is, well, we can move them around then if we want to anyway. But it is 6 for now, 12 long way, but so let's go ahead and have another road then somewhere here, I guess. Oh, we moved. Wait a second, we're going to move these brick factories up there, and then we could, yep, very nice, squeeze them into this corner there. You gotta be kidding me. This has to work. Perfect. This is what I like to see. Then we got the first 6. Righto. And then we can just take the whole bunch and move them here as well. Right, so they will deliver it, or they will deliver it to them right away. We could also make it like that. I think this is better. Right. Why? Because they're delivering the goulash right to these canneries here. And I think it's just safer to do it like that. And then, of course, some paved roads as well to speed up the transportation times. That we can already do quite nicely here. Perfect. Right, so that is my whole canned food production. We should be already having now the first red pepper and beef in. That is correct. Let's build the fire station. And yeah, well then I think it's time to build the first. Let's make it 3 canneries. Can we afford 3? We can. Let's build 3, and that is 4 artisanal kitchens. And there they are. They're getting now the resources from this warehouse. Let's upgrade the warehouse there as well for the next industrial district. And the cool thing here is we can still have some buildings here if we want to for some city building. It's not a dirty industry, right? It's not polluting anything or so. Or we could also have just a wall then here going away from that later on, eventually. Now with the artisans, we have another very important building that we still need to build, and that is at the university. The university is going to be a bit tricky, and I thought about it would be pretty cool to just get rid of the church and build the university on that. It would make things easy, and I think it's a nice symbolic act there as well to destroy the church for a university. But one thing that I would still need is I still need to move it away, unfortunately, only. The church is providing happiness. It's not the biggest boost, but it's still required somehow. And I might just add it somewhere here in this area. I think we can make this one work. We do have some workers here. I could just, you know, move them, but usually I'm too lazy and I'm just destroying them. It really doesn't matter in the whole picture. And let's have the church then in this area looking towards, yeah, why not, the river. Right, so we already have a church here anyway, so we do have a very good coverage. And the worst thing that would happen is that the church need is a bit down and we would lose 1 or 2 happiness there for the artisans, but that's it. Now the space that I have now, I can use for the university. Here, I'm going to get rid of these 2 artisan buildings, though first we might need to move them though. And I'm going to move them over here where we do have some nice space there still available right beside the park. So we can make this one work, perfect. And then I have this whole bunch here available for a beautiful big university. We have a couple of options available university-wise. We also have some bigger ones like this one. And I think we're going with a bigger university there. And yeah, just with the marketplace, we could have it. It's taking the whole district here into account. And that's how we like it, right? And for this whole district, I'm probably building then one over there later on. But for now, one will be fine. Let's go ahead and build it. Oh, I think it's actually looking in the wrong direction, is it? Nah, this is looking like a proper entrance. This one, not so much. This is a balcony. Right, so this actually could look better towards a park then. We might also be thinking about that. And since this is a university, let's just make this one proper as well here with some paved roads. I just love all these details everywhere here with the paved roads then. There's already some proper horse carts going around. People are wearing better clothes. And then we still need something here. That is a nice little park for the students then. So there we go. Something nice to sit on a hot day as well with some beautiful oak trees right next to them, or elm trees. And yeah, that's just really it here beside the university. My people will be overjoyed, of course. I'm expecting that. There we have it now. University need fulfilled. We do get a few more artisans with that in. We're, by the way, at 46. Just about as we level up, right? Yes, we do need about 40 more people and then we would level up. That's another influence boost then. And speaking about level up, we should be able to do this now. The canneries should be fully working. The first canned food is coming in. What's the production size looking? +2. Perfect. Let's go ahead and open up the canned food for my people. This is the second last good here, by the way, that we're unlocking now. There should be more artisans now coming in with that. We should hopefully also be reaching now level 47. And I said, please, we should hopefully be reaching 47.
Ship under attack.
Oh, yeah. And well, we're also under attack once again. There is this. It's just ships passing by, really.
Another player has had their
Oh,
island
and look at that.
seized.
There's also some conquering going in the old world. Hugo Mercier is expanding and is taking another island from Princess Jing. I like to see that. They're at war with each other. That means she's distracted a bit from us. And just as I was saying that, we have reached level 47, a bit more influence coming in. And, oh, Hugo Mercier is also starting to purchase shares on my islands. I'm not going to allow that. Certainly not. And that means only the fur coats is missing now. Now for the fur coats we will have to work a bit harder. I can still go ahead and upgrade more people if I want to, and we do have the materials. Here, a few more artisans here in the town, right, as this one is of course the big town center then later on. It's always worth upgrading a bit more in this area. Oh boy, we still have so much work ahead of us. Stay tuned.